Hey gang, Tony here, and I have been tagged. That's correct. I have been tagged. To answer 5 questions, I have them right here. The tagger was Ozone1414, making me the taggee. And I am going to answer these questions. This is a pretty quick one. I am supposed to tag other people. This is the Fun for 5 tag, or Fun 5 tag, or 5 for Fun tag. I forgot what it was. I wrote everything down except that. But I'll put the questions in the description. I'm not gonna actually tag anyone because I don't know. I don't normally. That's just the way I am with these things. So rather than tag someone specifically, what I usually do is, if you are watching and you want to do the tag, go for it. Let me know that you did it, and I'll come watch, and we'll all have fun. Alright, so most of these questions I am going to be able to answer pretty well. There's one question in here that I will be completely inadequate, and you will all yell at me, but that's what... I'm sorry. Alright, so first question for the funny 5 tag-ish thing. What is my favorite childhood toy? Okay, so the easy way out, my easy answer would be Nintendo, which probably wouldn't surprise anyone either. That's the easy answer, but I thought about it a little harder, and I determined that my other favorite toy was Spinjas. I don't know if you guys remember Spinjas, but they have similar toys now, like currently, but basically there are these little figures with like a top bottom. Yeah, top bottom. I don't know if that makes sense. They were tops, basically. They were little like ninja monster tops, and you would put them in this little device and you turn it, and then when you hit the button they'd jump out and spin just. And you were supposed to do it like 2 people would have one, and they would fight, and whoever fell over first would be the loser. And I had like a bunch of them. I had the stadium. There was this big like castle-looking stadium thing that you'd shoot them into, and they'd spin around. It was a lot of fun. I wish I still had those, to be honest. I don't. But I remember having a ton of fun with those. So I am going to say Spinjas, my favorite childhood toy. Favorite grown-up toy. This is a little harder in that I don't really play with toys anymore. I know it seems like a weird thing for me to say, but I do play a lot of video games still. So my current favorite toy is probably the PS4, because that's the system that I've been playing the most at the moment. Just started Bloodborne, because my friend Todd Kiesling insisted that I play it, even though I knew that it was going to be a pain in the ass of a game. And it is a pain in the ass of a game, but it's fun, sort of. The Uncharted collection I was playing before that, and getting ready to play Uncharted 4, so I play a lot of video games. It has to be my favorite toy. Technology becomes, as you get older, usually technology becomes favorite toy, you know? Third question, do you unbox your toys? And I do not. If anyone, you know, for those of you who do watch my channel often enough, you'll know that when I get, and in this case, when I hear the word toys, I'm thinking like figures, action figures. They're on the wall. Like, I don't think you guys could see them, but I display them. I don't really play with them, and that is something that was a habit I got into pretty early on as a kid, because my dad kind of introduced me to the world of collecting toys rather than playing with them. So I do not unbox them unless they warrant unboxing, like a video game. I'm not going to leave a video game enclosed or packaged because I want to play it. So there are situations where I'll take the toy out. If it's something that's not going to be collectible, or that I feel like I would enjoy more out of the box, then yes, I'll take it out. But mostly, like, if it has no function, like, I'm not going to sit there and play with action figures. You know, I barely did it when I was a kid, to be honest. You know, I had, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that's... I didn't really collect G.I. Joe or He-Man. But I had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and sure, you know, I would, I guess, play with them sort of, but I was never one of those kids who was like sitting there with like all the action figures and like setting up like big battles and like fighting kind of. I don't know. I like never got that. But if it's like a toy like this one that, you know, it was in a box, but it does something, you know, I don't remember how the hell it works. Oh, you press it. If it does something, and, you know, I don't determine that it's going to be worth any more money if I leave it in the box, I'll take it out and I'll let it go a little bit or whatever. Alright, so you guys get the idea. You get the idea. Here's the hard question that I'm probably not going to be able to answer for everyone. You're going to get very mad at me. Please don't get mad at me. What superhero would you be and why? I don't know. I was thinking about this, and the superheroes that I like a lot aren't really superheroes, and they all have like deformities and stuff. Like I was thinking, like, oh, Toxic Avenger. Like, no, I don't want, no, and like a Spawn, you know. But again, I don't know. I don't. You guys, again, if you watch my channel, you kind of know that. Like, I'll buy comics, but they're not really superhero comics. They're more horror stuff, and I never really did get into like superhero comics that much. Quicksilver? Is that the guy who goes real fast in the Marvel movies? I'll be him. Because. Alright, yell at me. Number 5. PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo? I've already talked about video games a little bit in this tag. That's a hard question because I'm not really a fanboy when it comes to systems. There are absolutely people out there who are like diehard PlayStation fans, diehard Xbox, diehard Nintendo. I have never been one of them because I think they all offer, you know, their own pros and cons. So I think I can effectively like cancel out, or I could effectively eliminate Nintendo from the list because although I love Nintendo games and Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, yeah, great, but I'm taking this more of as like a current generation question. And while I do have a Wii, I got it at a yard sale and I really only used it a few times. And I don't buy the new Nintendo consoles because, frankly, as much as I love Mario and Zelda and Metroid, and as much as I like love Nintendo and Super Nintendo for nostalgia reasons because they're bringing me back to when I was a kid, I am not really a huge fan of the new generations of Nintendo consoles, nor do I generally feel like I have to play the new Nintendo games, even if it's a new Mario game, a new Zelda game. I don't know. I feel like they're a little more kid-oriented, and they don't interest me as much anymore. So I'm eliminating Nintendo. I have a PS3 and an Xbox 360. I got the PS3 first, and then I got the Xbox 360. I enjoy both consoles. I bought games for both consoles. I had both for quite a while. And then the newest generation, I went with the PS4, and I do not own an Xbox One yet. For that reason, I'm going to go PlayStation. And if I had to back up that answer with more of a reason than I have a PS4 and not an Xbox One, I will say that, again, generally speaking, I feel like the PlayStation 4, PlayStation and Sony in general, tends to put out games more up my alley. They put out more like action-adventure games, more single-player experiences, while Microsoft seems to focus more on the multiplayer shooter elements. You know, that kind of tends to be their focus, you know, with Halo and the Call of Duty exclusives and that kind of thing. And I'm not much for the multiplayer experience. I'm not much for the shooter experience, although I do play shooters now and then. So If forced, I would choose PlayStation, though, of course, I play whatever is good. Alright, and that will do it for the tag. Again, if you want to do your own tag, I'll put the questions in the description. Do it. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular. Hope everyone's having a good week. 4th of July is coming up, so enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Get out to some yard sales. I'll be out there, of course, scouring for some games and horror goodies and Halloween goodies. Oh, and the Twilight Zone Marathon for 4th of July starts on the 2nd at 7 a.m. on Sci-Fi Channel. Yes! Watch some Twilight Zone. You know you want to. Cheese and crackers. Cheese and crackers! Breathe deep of the night. Bye.